The invisible is deciding the visible. So let's give importance to the invisible Spirit of the Lord in our lives. 5th July 2020, 14th Sunday. All three readings today refer to some sort of contrast or a kind of paradox. The first reading from the book of Zechariah, written around 520 BC. In the first part, it refers to the redemption of Jerusalem, and in the second part, speaks about the coming of the Messiah. Today's verses from chapter 9, verses 9 and 10, contrast between the power of the Messiah riding on a lowly donkey, but he will overthrow the powerful armies of horses, warriors, and their chariots. When the other emperors invade, there will be wars and violence, loss of lives, pain and agony. But when the Messiah comes in, there will be peace and joy, calm and consolation. In the second reading, Romans chapter 8, verses 8, 9 to 13, it explains how we must live by the Spirit of the Lord, not by the spirit of the flesh. Worldly desires, actions of the flesh are visible. They are more attractive, demanding, and enslaving. But we are called to allow the invisible Spirit to control the visible actions, words of our lives. In the Gospel, Matthew chapter 11, verses 25 to 30, Jesus declares that the mysteries are revealed to the ordinary and the simple, rather than the learned and the sophisticated. Usually, we expect the intellectuals and the scholars to learn and understand the mysteries, but Jesus says that it is revealed to the simple and the lowly. Let's focus on the one important insight today, that is the power of the invisible over the visible. Presence of God, grace of God, forgiveness and mercy of God, all these are obviously invisible. But today, people are carried away with the tendency of giving importance to what is visible, and they tend to think that only what is visible is real, and that is why many even argue against God's presence and existence. But even a cursory look at reality around us and within us makes it clear that what is visible is in fact determined by the invisible. We can give 5 examples. Example 1: the things that we see in front of us. The table, for instance, what is visible to us is actually determined by the invisible inside the table. And today, science teaches us that the invisible is more real and true than what is visible to our eyes. The table is made up of billions of molecules and billions of atoms. Within those atoms, subatomic particles like nucleus and electrons, and within the nucleus, protons and neutrons, and between the nucleus and electrons, only empty space existing. And the subatomic particles are in turn made up of quarks. Further, all these particles are controlled by the strong nuclear force and electromagnetic force. All these obviously are again invisible to the naked eyes, and the forces can only be felt. And these invisible things determine the visible table. And the second example, the incredibly vast and amazingly huge universe. We find the invisible black holes and the dark energy controlling the galaxies and the formation of the stars. As the universe continues to expand, we don't even know how big the universe now is, nor how big it will get in future. As far as now we know, the known universe is about 93 billion light years wide. If light starts from one end of the universe, it will take about 9,300 crore years to reach the other end of the universe, though light travels at an enormous high speed at the speed of 3 lakh km per second. Even then, it takes 9,300 crore years to reach the other end. Such huge is the known universe, but interestingly, the unknown universe is much, much larger than this, about 150 sextillion times more than the visible one. Now, all these visible and the invisible universes are controlled by the invisible forces. The third example, in our body also, the parts that we see outside are controlled by the innumerable cells in the body, around 30 trillion, that is 30 followed by 12 zeros. Within these cells, nucleus, cytoplasm, then further down we have chromosomes, genes, DNA, RNA, etc. Similarly, we all know how important our brain is. Even a simple action like lifting up my hand now involves thousands of brain cells and the fast communications between my brain and the hand. There are 100 billion neuron cells there in my brain. The electrochemical signals that are available between the brain and the parts of the body, again invisible. Fourth example, our emotions, feelings, and consciousness, all these things are invisible. Our thoughts are very important. Crooked thoughts will result in crooked things. Positive thoughts will give only positive things. All our words and deeds are first present in our mind only as thoughts, then they will take the external form as words or deeds. Jesus says, from the fullness of the heart, the mouth speaks. Matthew 12:34. Again, we find in the book of Proverbs 4:23, keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. Again, Proverbs 21, verse 2, all deeds are right in the sight of the doer, but the Lord weighs the heart. In the modern world, people are very easily disturbed, even by a small disappointment or failure. Their mental strength becomes weaker. They have neither physical nor mental stamina. They get easily irritated and impatient. They want everything instantly, no patience to wait, even if the gain is more if they wait. Recently, they conducted a study among small children. The children were told, we are going to give you a cup of ice cream now, but if you wait for 10 minutes, you will get 2 cups. And almost all the children preferred to have the 1 cup immediately rather than waiting to get 2 cups later. Similarly, people are not able to manage their stress. Fears and anxieties are always on the rise. With this, uncertainties alarmingly increase. And when they feel that things go beyond their control, they even go to the sad and unfortunate extremes of ending their lives. We all need to be emotionally intelligent. I may be very intelligent with many university degrees, but the question is, am I emotionally intelligent? I may have many skills and talents, but the question is, am I skillful enough to deal with my emotions? I may have good job and earn a lot of money. We may be rich with lots of properties, but the question is, am I emotionally rich? Today, we teach in our schools our children how to read, how to write, how to draw, or run, or play, or swim. But we never teach them how to deal with their emotions. They are left to learn it from their parents at home. And unfortunately, not all parents are emotionally intelligent. If the father is angry with the boss in the office, that he shows it on his wife at home. If the mother is angry with the father, that she shows it on the little child. So the child gets the wrong message that if you are angry with someone who is higher or more powerful than you have to show it on someone lower than you. So, if the child is angry with the parents, it shows it on the pet dog. Studies in various domains of psychology today reveal that all our words and deeds are determined by our thoughts, emotions, and feelings. What we see apparently outside is only a small portion, and the large factor is hidden inside. It is like the iceberg floating on the polar ice regions. Only one tenth of the ice rock is seen outside, while the 90% is hidden inside the water. The recent researchers show the power of mind over body. There are several case studies to show how positive thinking can heal even serious sicknesses like blood cancer, hypertension, and so on. That shows the invisible decide the visible. And finally, the last fifth example, it's very practical and simple. In the food that we eat, salt gives a taste, but that salt is invisible to our eyes. In that food item, other things are visible, like rice or vegetables, and other ingredients are visible, but the invisible salt determines the taste of that food item. Now, dear friends, all these clearly show how the invisible world rules the visible world, and the invisible is more real than the visible in a way. As Einstein says, what really counts in life cannot be counted, and what can be counted does not really count in life. Perhaps we can say what is visible does not count, but what is invisible counts. Money, properties, degrees, jewels can be counted and they are visible. But on the other hand, love, compassion, forgiveness, peace, harmony, understanding, all these things are all these things are invisible and they cannot be counted, but only they matter in life. Therefore, as St. Paul invites us in the second reading today, let us allow ourselves to be ruled, controlled by the invisible Spirit of the Lord. Let our visible words of mouth and actions of flesh be shaped and sanctified by the invisible Spirit of the Lord. Let us think about it today.